Hi guys, it is Friday, March 1st, which means in exactly 1 month, Devil's Air is due to my developmental editor. And I've known this for about like 2 weeks. So I knew I was gonna have about like a month and a half to do everything that I wanted to do. And guess what? I've done none of it. I've done nothing so far. I've basically reworked the same chapter this entire week, and then I decided last night I'm probably not even going to use that chapter, or at least move it later. Yeah, so this is going to be a little bit of a vlog style of me editing. I want to take you guys through my editing process, sort of, because it's very not specific, and like I said, I haven't done much. So like my scattered brain in my writing process, my editing process is very similar. So if you watched my video about going from a pantser to a plantser, a pantser to a plotzer, pantser, whatever you want to call it. I cannot stress this enough. I cannot stress this enough. Like, I just feel like all of this back and forth wouldn't be happening if I would have just plotted in the first place. Yeah, because this is paranormal, it's a lot trickier than I imagine, I guess. Like, in my first draft, I revealed the paranormal aspect way too late. In the second one, in the second draft, I added like a little bit more, but it was more, I was more focused on like my main character's voice. And then in the third round, I added a little bit more of the paranormal, but after I was talking to my sister, and that's when I got my beta reader feedback, they agreed, like, they want to see more of it. Because, not a surprise or spoiler alert, but if you follow me on Instagram that you've read my blurb, you know what this book's about. Why would you wait, 350 pages to find out the paranormal aspect when, like, you already know what it is? Like, I just want to know what it is and then enjoy being in that world, like Twilight. I always compare it to Twilight because I love Twilight. I haven't read it in like a really long time, so I don't really remember, but more towards the beginning, you find out Edward's a vampire, and then you just get to enjoy Bella going through that world, right? Like, you don't have to wait 400 pages to find out that the Cullens are vampires, and then you wouldn't get anything else. You wouldn't get their backstory, you wouldn't get the fight at the end, all that other stuff. So, sorry, I have like a hair in my nose. I'm just gonna cut this out. Anyways. So, I've cut back a lot. Let me see if I can show you guys my Scrivener. So these are all of the chapters that I decided to keep after I went through the entire thing post my beta reading experience. So these are the ones that I decided I wanted to keep. So clearly the original book was maybe 34 chapters, so I cut about a solid 10. So basically the entire end of the book is what I closed. So I know I needed to redo that, but as I'm going through it again, my brain scattered, I'm realizing, okay, I should do this, I should do this, I should do this, I should do this. So thank God for my sister who talked me off of the ledge a lot of times. She's like, no, you're doing too much, stick to the story, it's good. Don't do like this huge change, that's not what this needs. You still have 2 more books. Focus on that. Sorry, my phone, my camera died. So anyways, so yeah, I'm just constantly going back and forth of like, oh, this would be a good thing, this would be like a great thing to add. Coda, are you for real? Stop. If you ever hear noise in my videos, it's him. Yeah, so if there's anything like I can just highly recommend is give yourself plenty of time, because originally I was like, oh yeah, like a month and a half, plenty of time, and I'm sure it is, but because I'm such an overthinker, I'm constantly like, oh, I gotta change this, I gotta change this, I gotta change this, I gotta change that. So it's just like the moral of this lesson is plot, people. Plot. Even if it's just a little bit. Plot. And have like a dedicated notebook. Like this is my notebook. It says make a wish because I wish for this to be the best version it could be. Anyway, so if you go like through this notebook, it's just a bunch of literal like scribble. Like so much scribble. Like I said, I am completely unfocused and terrible at planning anything, so I just work in scribbles, and I just know if it's a scribble towards, you know, later in my notebook, that's my current thoughts. So that's what I do if I'm like at work or something. So when I'm at work, I'll usually scribble something in my notebook if I have to, or I use the notes feature on my phone. And again, if it's towards the bottom of the screen, that means it was a recent, look, this is all notes, all notes, all notes, all notes. It was a recent idea. Yeah, so this is what I'm currently trying to work on. There's a couple super important things that I need to add towards the beginning. Like I'm currently fixing up chapter 8, and then I have like a 9A before chapter 9 because again, I need to add something. And then I feel like everything like after around like 11, 12 should be like okay to go. Maybe just like a little bit of editing, but nothing like too major. And then once I hit 20 and onward. What are you doing? 20 and onward is gonna be the closing, and that's the biggest. So yes. March 1st, I have a month left, and that is my current update for you guys. I'll see you later. Bye. Okay, it is the next day, Saturday, March 2nd. It's about 7 p.m. I spent all morning at Starbucks. I was there for about maybe 3.5 hours. Didn't get much done. I'm still trying to get into the groove of actually sitting down and mass producing. When I finished this book, it was over this summer, and I didn't really work during the summer because I just graduated from college, so I was giving myself some time off. So I had all day to just kind of write my heart out. But now that I'm on a time constriction, it's a little bit more hard for me to find a rhythm. So yeah, so I finished about maybe a little over 1,500 words. So I finished the rest of a chapter that I was working on. Then I went to the mall and spent some time with my family. So like I said, now it's about 7 o'clock, and I'm going to try to do some more work. So let me show you what I did. So what I was able to do in addition to my writing is I did like these little labels. So if you can see, I have a red, a couple yellows, a blue, and another yellow. And so that's just another way that I'm able, that's just another way that I like to do my edit. Oh, let me set you back up. So that's just another way that I like to do my editing. I like to color code, so my yellows are things I need to add or fix around. The red is something I'm thinking of deleting, and in the blue, that's something important that I need to make sure everything above matches for the timeline. Yeah, so that's another super important way that I edit. So even when I'm writing the first draft, I'll color coordinate. And then during my editing process, my personal round of edits before I reach out to my betas, what I'll do is I'll unmark it. So like uncheck it as I go if I fix the chapter. So by the time that it makes it to the betas, there should be no colors. It should be all unchecked. And then as I, again, go through my own round, then I'll recolor. Yeah. So I don't know if I'll do any major writing for the rest of the night, but I'll at least try to move some pieces around I need to get moved. Yeah, so I'm gonna take a bath and then work on this a little more, or work on this a little more, then take a bath. I don't know. And then I'm currently reading a personal development book because if you guys are known or know the AuthorTube community well, you probably know Kristen Martin, and she's huge on personal development. So I'm currently reading her own book, Be Your Own #Goals, because she's my #goals and I would like to be my own version. So I'm about 80% done on that, so I'll probably read that while I take a nice bath and then continue on with today's edits, and then hopefully tomorrow I can convince myself to be a little more productive. So wish me luck. Hey guys, it is Monday, March 4th. It's about 10 a.m. and I was going to continue this vlog yesterday, Sunday, but then my sister wanted me to go pick her up, so that's what I did. So I spent the day with her and we did some shopping. So I fixed up, or we fixed up, all my bookshelves, so I'll give you like a quick little tour in just a second, and then let me know if you want a like deeper dive into why those books are there, the types of books I have, how many books I have, because I could talk about it for days. So today's game plan, like I said, it's already the 4th, so it's 4 more days closer to when the first draft is due, or not the first draft, this draft is due to the developmental editor, and I'm crying. Bawling, really, if you can't tell. I'm bawling. Yeah, so like I said, I ended Saturday feeling pretty good about the things I need to add. I think I already showed you guys like how I label them, like with the colors and stuff. So I have like a bunch of chapters with some colors right now. Let me see if I can pull up my laptop and show you guys. So basically that's just means that I'm feeling pretty good about the stuff that I do need to add to make it a little bit better. At least like the first, what is this, 75% of it maybe. I haven't even touched the ending at all, so I'm still trying to fix obviously the first half before I even dive into the second. And then obviously I need to do another super quick run through before I hand it off to the editor. But yeah, Camp NaNoWriMo is next month, and although I really wanted to participate, I don't think that I'm going to, because that's the month that I should have off essentially. But I've been really thinking about, you know, this platform and how I'm going to build it, and I've been watching a lot of indie author YouTube videos about how they, you know, became successful, like Heart Breathing, Sarah Cannon. If you don't know her, she's super awesome. I really like the way that she speaks and gives her information, so you should definitely check her out. I'll link her below. And if you don't know who she is, she's an indie author. She's been, I think she said she published in like 2010, so 8-9 years already. And she's highly successful, and she's very open in her tips and tricks about how she got to where she is today, so I really appreciate that. And so her approach and many others like her are a little bit different than mine, because personally when I read, I like to read full-length books, so like 350 pages up. And so I have Kindle Unlimited, and if you don't know what that is, it's a Amazon subscription. It's like 10 bucks a month, and a select number of books are available to download on Kindle Unlimited. So basically you can have up to 10 books at one time, and then you can just freely put back and then borrow another one. There's like no limit a month. You can do as many as you want as long as you have that subscription. And even when I'm going through those books, if it's like a 100-page book, even though it's technically free to me, like I'm probably not as inclined to pick it up. I'm just gonna be honest. Unless it's like a quick romance, because then like it's fine. But even then when I read it, I feel like cheated a little bit. Like it deserved more. Like these characters deserved more, you know? Coda is barking outside. And if you think that I abuse my dog because he cries in every video, trust me, I don't. It's just, it's in the morning and he's supposed to be eating right now. That's why he's outside. Like I just put his bowl out there like 10 minutes ago, but he hates being alone, so he's just a little crybaby. Anyways, so you know, someone like Sarah, who Heart Breathing Sarah Cannon, or you know, many other authors who do he knows my window's right here, so he's literally screaming up into it. Anyways, who do these shorter books but longer series, so I'm talking maybe like, you know, up to like 250-ish pages, but then they'll have like, you know, 6, 7, 8 books in a series. That's just not personally how I write, you know? And so if you watch one of her marketing videos about how she got really successful, she highly recommends that you know, have these long series. She calls them an anchor series. You can watch her videos to talk about it, to learn more about it. And she was like, obviously it just depends on your writing style and like, you know, what you can do. Like, don't push yourself, but if you can release, you know, 4 books a year, then you'll always have people who won't forget about you, you know? And so me, if you don't know, I'm an overthinker. Like, oh my god, I overthink everything, obviously. So I'm stressed out about these edits. And so I was listening to what she was saying, and then I was like, oh my god, like I haven't even started the next one. I haven't even started plotting the next one. When's it gonna come out? How am I gonna afford it? Blah, 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 blah. That's literally how my mind works. Because if you don't know, I work full-time. I'm trying to do this as full-time as I possibly can. I'm going to start school next quarter. I'm taking prerequisite classes to go back to school to get my veterinary technician degree. Hopefully, fingers crossed, because even though I went to college and I have my bachelor's, it's in creative writing. No one really cares but me and maybe you guys. about that degree, and as I'm working in the corporate world right now, it's just not my cup of tea. I've kind of always known that. Should have listened to my mom and just been a vet, or just gone to a vet tech school a long time ago. But anyways, here I am. So once I start that program, it's gonna be a full-time program, and I got bills to pay, so I'm gonna have to be working full-time. And so again, just my mind's, you know, jumping. I'm like, okay, well, how can I pay my bills and save enough to be able to get the second book out to you guys, and blah 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 blah. I don't even know how I got here. Oh, see, my mind. Talking about editing and stuff. Right, Camp NaNoWriMo. Jesus, Leilani, get it together. So I won't be doing Camp NaNoWriMo because I don't want to sit down and pants it like I did with this one. Because I've changed this book, or changed important things in my head, several hundred times probably, and the next one is going to be super difficult, not only because it's a sequel, but because there's a lot of moving pieces. That's all I'm going to say, but a lot of moving pieces in it. So I just need to make sure I have all of those moving pieces planned out. There's Teddy. This is my other little angel baby. Alright, so we got this bookshelf up here. This is me and my boys. Got this little corner. This is kind of like my vampire section. Then we got, these are all my floating shelves. Let's see. And then we move on. This is like my brother's section because we kind of split the room when he comes home from college. So yeah, we got more books over there. This is my entire YA section. It's my little Thor. And then this is my indie author shelf. So as you can see, I only have these ones in the corner, and then I'm going to eventually fill those out as I get more. If you have recommendations, let me know. I love indie authors. I love supporting them. Up here we have Kristen Martin, of course, Anna Vera, Jenna Moressi's right there, Bethany, Mandy, Natalia, Vivian, and another Mandy in the corner. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys this time. See you in the next one. Bye. What am I doing with my life? Coda, what am I doing? What am I doing? Coda, what am I doing? What am I doing, Roby? He doesn't know either. Okay, bye.